Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to a Tin Dog podcast. Now, before I start my review of a rather nice little ebook that's just come out, I just want to say that you can vote for me. Now, I know I've been saying you can vote for me in the Doctor Who Online podcasters poll, which is very nice, except let's face it, the Udcast are so going to win. No, this is you can vote for me on something else, something easier, and more importantly, I'm the only Doctor Who podcast that's kind of in the running. The European Podcast Awards have just been announced, and I've been nominated. There are only two Doctor Who podcasts nominated. That would be The Tin Dog, i.e. me, and The Flashing Blade, i.e. Siobhan. Now, as Siobhan said, there wasn't much of an output last year, on the grounds that she was mainly working on, well, the Who cast. Now, I've had a good look, and I can't see any other Doctor Who listings, so if you want to vote for a Doctor Who podcast, you can vote for mine. There is a link on the right-hand side of the Tin Dog podcast page, together with a direct link to the Doctor Who Online voting. You don't have to log in, you don't have to register, you don't have to do anything other than click the link and give me a number of stars that you think I deserve. The more votes, the better. Right, enough pandering, stroking egos and the like. No, let's talk about something better. Let's talk about ebooks. Let's talk about The Angel's Kiss. Now, for those of us paying attention, The Angel's Kiss was the book that the Doctor was reading during the story The Angels Take Manhattan. This is the book that was changed as the story went on and became a similar thing to River Song's Blue Diary. Basically a big pile of spoilers. Now, the ebook that's come out has been written by Justin Richards. It's got the same cover as the one that was in the programme, but it does have some startling differences. For example, the chapters which are seen on TV are The Dying Detective, The Angels Take Manhattan, Missing in New York, Taking the Case, Night in Statue Park, The Gargoyle, The Skinny Guy, Julius Grail, Calling the Doctor, The Roman in the Cellar, Death at Winter Quay, Amelia's Last Farewell, and with it being a physical paperback, you can rip out the last page. This ebook, which admittedly comes in about £1.35 from Amazon, has a completely different set of chapters. The Handsome Client, Age Before Beauty, Ladies Don't Shoot, Death and Taxis, Lights, Camera, Bizarre, The Soul of Wit, The Stone Cold Killer, Angel's Kiss, and finally Closing the Case. So these are very different books. This one comes in at about 81 pages long. It has been written by Justin Richards, but let's embrace the fact that this could exist in the Doctor Who universe. Let's see time as a timey-wimey thing in order to justify its existence. Because the story in this book is very different from the story that you see on TV. It's not a Target novelisation by the back door. It's not even remotely a retelling of the story that you see on the screen. The fact that it's called Angel's Kiss may give something away of the plot, but here you're looking at a very separate book. So let's take it as read that it's a separate entity. This is the book the Doctor picks up. This is the one he's reading. And until the moment where Rory is taken through time and meets up with River, this is the book he's reading. At that point, the narrative that the Doctor's reading, the book itself, becomes different. So this is the book that never was. Imagine it, for example, to use a Gallifreyan phrase, it was time-locked. So this time-locked novelisation written by someone else, something we can accept as canon without it actually being canon, if you see what I mean, is simply brilliant. It's 81 pages long and has at least 81 jokes. Something to make you smile and grin on every single page. It's written from River's point of view, although the words River Song are never mentioned. The Doctor never ever appears. Amy, nope. Rory, nowhere to be seen. As I said, it's not a retelling of the episode you've just seen. It's a completely separate story. And it's simply brilliant. It's well written, well crafted, the characterizations are superb, and they fit so perfectly in with what's happening. The fan community out there will be crying out for more detective novels written by River Song. Because yes, it is expertly written. There is no final page to remove. It's an ebook after all. It doesn't start the same, it doesn't end the same, it doesn't have any of the main characters, as I've said. But it is just brilliant. So if you've got a spare £1.50 to waste, and you can read this on your computer, you don't need a Kindle Fire, or any of the lovely ebooks out there that I simply could never afford, then buy it. Click on the link and go and get it. You really won't be disappointed. It's a wonderful introduction to ebooks. Look, whether you like them or not, ebooks are here to stay, in one form or another. So if you've got a piece of kit where you could read this on, hell, there's a lot of people listen to this podcast on a phone. You could always read it on a phone, couldn't you? Anyway, I'll bid you farewell and say it's a fantastic book. Go and get it. You won't be disappointed. Be seeing you. You have been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are copyright of the BBC. No infringement is intended. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. To order or simply find out more about the book Whostrology, the Time Traveller's Almanac, visit whostrology.com. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.